What up, guys? So, some of you may be wondering what's the best lineup at 7.0. In case you hate to go into 8.0 plus matches because of the ATGM cancers, um, among other things, depending if maybe a lot of you have tankers but you don't have planes or jets. And I'll say that it is a benefit to research planes, and I didn't research any planes until probably late into my tanking days. As you can see, I didn't do a lot of the U.S. bombers because it's boring as hell, to me at least, to float up in the sky for 5-10 minutes and then just get shot down. Or because sometimes I took this B-17 out and I'd be flying, never even get my bombs off, I'd be killed. So stuff like that, I'm sure you know how it goes. So the new 7 lineup for the U.S. is the M46. Uh, Basically, that's about it, right? Uh, what else? Excuse me. What else would you choose, right? You just have a bunch of 6.7s. Uh, T-32. Oh man, don't even get me started on that tank. Not a good 7.0 tank anymore, especially with the IS-6 roaming around and the RU-251 running around. It used to be much better than it is now. It used to be a 7.3. It was a 7.0, went to 7.3, then it's back to 7. I think it's actually a 6.7 tank now because it gets shot trapped by Tiger 2s, no problem. And it actually would be a little scary at 6.7, which is cool. I like when the tank's a little scary. So this is my lineup for 7. The P80 is decent. I don't quite know if it's as good as the Soviet 7 jets, as far as the MiG 9s, and especially the late MiG 9, which is much scarier than the regular MiG 9. So this is my lineup at 7. This used to be 6.7, so whether or not you want to count that or not that's up to you. It can compete somewhat. I know the U.S. have trouble fighting the IS-6. Let's just face facts. Now the Germans 6.770. I don't really have the proper lineup set up for it because if you go to 6.7, it's Tigers basically. Whoop-de-doo, right? You have the Stewart, which is just slow and lumbering, and then you have the Ferdinand, which was knocked back to 6.3. So the Germans have serious lacking in 7.3 or 7, except for the Jets. So they have decent stuff at 7, which I have not reached yet, so I can't comment truly. But I have played the Ho, I have played the ME-262. It's a good jet, so that's what you have to look forward to. If you don't have jets at all, then Germans, yikes, yikes. It's trouble. Anything past 5.7, there's a big problem with Germans right now at that level because of the Centurion Mark One and other stuff. And you can kill a lot of the Centurions, no problem with Panthers even, but will you get shot first is the question. Now the Soviets 7. This is pretty much the solid T-44 100 you have, and you have the Object Now 6. Whether you want to attempt to get an up tier possibly and use the IS-3 or the T-54 in it. Now those are all solid tanks here, but you risk getting up tiered severely. This can pretty much kill anything if it hits properly. This can kill stuff. They all got good guns, but if you don't have jets here, is just like the Germans, you could be in trouble because, I mean, the Yak 3P is a 5, but it's a great plane. Let's just face it. But the ground and pounders are not so great. I'm not so great with the Su-6 like I am with the Spitfires and all and various the Bearcat. I'd rather have the Bearcat, or I'd rather have the AD2, which are all much better than the Su-6 in my opinion. I have sort of problems killing anything with that. I don't know why. I just don't. And let's check out my mods real quick. It's not quite spaded. I really need the engine and the cover to be fully spaded as far as flying goes, and then you need this for the accuracy. But I got the rockets right away, and out of the 10 rocket strikes, or the 5 really, you get I'll be lucky to get 1, to be honest, but some people are really good with them. So, and then there's 7, of course, the MiG-9. It's really good. And somehow the Yak-15 killed me the other day. It was chasing down my Meteor, and he caught me. Actually, I was actually shocked, even though I have like a higher top speed. I'd have to actually fly it. You know what? His climb rate's better. So if he's spaded and I'm not spaded, yeah, he probably could catch me. So there's that. Let's go to this British line. Pretty much my favorite lineup here. You get the Meteor, which is absolutely devastating in my opinion, at 7. I can chase down a lot of planes, including the ME-262. And you got the Centurion Mark 10 and the Vickers. Now this will bounce much more. I've actually bounced quite a bit of shots from this. The Vickers won't bounce as much, but its reload sort of can make up for it if you get the shot off first. And then the devastating Wyvern, of course. If you get it out early enough, you'll do some justice with that. And we come to the Spitfire Mark 24, which is, just flies. It flies beautiful. I don't even know how to explain it. I thought it wouldn't be much different than the 22, but it is. And then you have the Attacker, which, sadly enough, I am way behind on getting, but it has 12 rockets. Once you get the research, 12 rockets, or the 2 1,000 pound bombs. And I'm not even going to go into the Japanese tree because the grind is it's horrible. They have great planes, don't get me wrong, but it's they're lacking in just tanks, period. So just to get to this was just torture. I will admit, torture. You pretty much have to play arcade, in my opinion, to even have any sort of chance to get kills, because they're so slow in turret rotation, just in movement, everything. And once you get to Type 61, I've been killed by this, and I guess it's like let me look at the mods. It's been a while. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, it's pretty much like the M46, I guess. No wonder it dies easy, but it can also kill you. Duster's junk. This is very good, very good. And all these are very good. They're like Leopards. And then this crazy. I'm not even gonna count. Oh, they lowered that actually. So it's that's the first 7.0 ATGM, and it should be because it's absolutely terrible. The Type 60. This can be a tricky tank. It's very hard to see. Very hard to see. So if you get this, you might be having some fun times with it. It reminds me of the M56 as far as it's very hard to see. But it has hash, so that's cool. I don't know what the pen on the hash is, though. Let me take a look. Yep. Decent. That's the same as the Vickers. So what's the reload? Let's see, reload. Ooh, but the reload, oof. But you have 2 shots. Once you shoot twice, then... Ooh, but wait a second. We have 10 ammo? Okay, never mind. Not as good as the Vickers in my mind, but it will do some justice, I'll tell you that. So that's my lineup. I just wanted to talk about it. Like I said, I think my favorite of all time would be the British line. I think that's why I'm seeing a lot of British battles lately. And they just have such a solid 7.0 lineup. And aside from getting killed in a jet or something, I mean, the Spitfire Mark 22, which I have not spaded yet whatsoever, it still flies great right out of the gate with a 19.8 millisecond rate of climb. And I use miles per hour because I'm in the States. So, but it's kind of confusing because a lot of people talk about, hey, when do you snap your wings, or what's the max speed? And I really can't answer that because I use miles per hour and they use the other one, kilometers. But that's it, guys. So hope that shares some shed some light on the situation of what's going on in War Thunder as of right now. Until next time, guys. Later.